a tiny baby born 3 months early and fighting for his life, has recovered and now towers over the cherished cuddly teddy octopus which once dwarfed him. Little was born weighing just 2 pounds 6 ounces after his mum Clair Felstead went into labour at 25 weeks and 6 days, the Liverpool Echo reported. Not only was he born early, the tiny tot had chronic lung disease and caught E-coli during his hospital battle. Doctors in Liverpool were forced to put the tot on a ventilator to help his tiny lungs, and Claire, 25, and her partner Jordan bought him a tiny cuddly octopus to put in his crib. Its 8 legs, each the length of Bailey's body, cuddled him when they couldn't, due to strict coronavirus rules which stopped them visiting. But brave Bailey, now 6 months old, pulled through and is now big enough to tuck the cuddly octopus under his arm and is thriving at home in Leighton, Cheshire. Claire said, "Jordan and I were terrified when we were told that he could die at any moment, if not under the most professional care. We were told by the doctor that I was asking questions they don't know the answer to, which scared me even more." Claire, a call centre worker, was surprised when she went into labour on the 23rd February after being told she was told the pregnancy was normal. She was getting ready for work, but visited the hospital immediately after feeling labour pains. Claire said, "It was almost like he was just ready to come out early. We experienced no complications or health warnings." She went to the hospital that morning and found out from the doctor that she was 6 centimeters dilated. Clara added, "I was given tablets to delay the pregnancy by 48 hours as I wanted to make sure the baby was safe. 2 days later, I gave birth to baby Bailey. Despite the medics' best efforts, Bailey was born at 25 weeks and 6 days on February the 23rd at Leighton Hospital in Crewe. Neither Claire nor Jordan were allowed to hold him, and at just 30 minutes old, Bailey was rushed to 31 miles away from his parents to hospital in Liverpool." Claire said, "I saw my baby come out, and he was laid on the table for a moment, and then swept off into an ambulance to Liverpool. Doctors at Leighton Hospital told me the baby would have a better chance of survival at the Liverpool hospital. I struggled with so many emotions. This was my first baby, and I just wanted everything to go perfectly. Doctors weren't able to say what caused his early arrival, but put him on continuous antibiotics to avoid contagious illnesses and infections, and monitored his lungs and oxygen. He was diagnosed with chronic lung disease as a result of the premature birth, and was put on a ventilator for a few weeks to help his lungs. The tot was experiencing trouble breathing and needed oxygen until he reached 36 weeks of gestation. During his growth, Bailey was diagnosed with E-coli, which could have potentially been contracted through his feeding tube. Claire said, "As a first-time mother, I was scared of anything and everything. We had fears that Bailey would have different infections every day that could be deadly. He was put on a ventilator and was fed through a drip, but we weren't told much else unless we were there." Due to the coronavirus lockdown, Claire and Jordan, 25, stayed in a local hotel and were only allowed to visit baby Bailey separately and on alternating days. Claire said, Coronavirus ruined my first 3 months with my baby. I just wanted to spend every day cuddling him, but I couldn't. It's one thing going through what we went through and that heartbreak, but it's another just not being able to see him and spend time with him. Bailey was discharged in late May, a week before his initial due date, and is now 6 months old and weighs around 16 pounds and is a healthy bubbly baby. Due to coronavirus, parents are unable to take their babies to the clinic as often unless of emergency. Clara added, "I laid him next to the octopus teddy in his crib, and he has grown so much bigger than it has, so cute." The whole experience was full of ups and downs, and so many emotions. I am so glad to have him in the house living with me and Jordan,